Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss the topics regarding cost accounting. Now, if you are talking about your cost accounting, first of all, if we are talking about cost accounting, for what type of organization we are studying the cost accounting? Cost accounting is generally used by the manufacturing concerns. All type of manufacturing concerns are using cost accounting. In India, you can say cost accounting is not so effective, but since the different organizations are being coming up and they are producing the products, so for that purpose, the cost accounting comes into importance again. For cost accounting, we are talking about first things, that is your marginal costing. Marginal costing is also known as variable costing. How marginal costing is different from absorption costing? In case, as you have already studied your absorption costing, if we want to differentiate between absorption costing and marginal costing. Sometimes the question is also being asked in case of MCQs that absorption costing and marginal costing, which factor differentiate absorption costing and marginal costing? That is only your variable cost. That is only variable cost. How? In absorption costing, we have to prepare cost sheet, which consists prime cost, works cost, cost of production and cost of sales. Whereas in case of marginal costing, the cost sheet is quite different. This cost sheet we have already studied. We are talking about your marginal cost. In case of marginal costing, how do we prepare the cost sheet? For preparing the cost sheet, we start it from the sales minus variable cost equal to contribution minus fixed cost equal to profit. This is the general overview of your marginal costing. Sales minus variable cost equal to contribution minus fixed cost equal to profit. The aim of both type of costing is to determine profit. But where the difference arises? Difference arises where you can say in case of marginal costing, whenever we are considering opening and closing stock of finished goods, it is always being considered on variable elements only. Whereas in case of absorption costing, we are not going to segregate fixed and variable. In marginal costing, we are specifically segregating fixed and variable. First of all, whenever we are calculating the contribution, variable cost includes the treatment of opening and closing stock. Treatment of opening and closing stock. This treatment is only done on variable cost only. It is only based on variable cost. We are not going to consider any type of fixed cost in case of marginal costing till contribution. After contribution, we have to consider subtract fixed cost and getting profit. But the profit determined from marginal costing and absorption costing are different. Why? Because when we are considering the opening and closing stock of finished goods, we have to consider the fixed element also. But in case of marginal costing, the treatment of opening and closing stock only depends on variable, not fixed. Any type of fixed element that is subtracted later means whenever you are calculating the opening stock in case of marginal costing, we will only include variable elements like material, wages, direct expenses, variable overheads, variable office and administration overheads. Only the variable element are being included. Whereas in case of absorption costing, whenever we are calculating the opening and closing stock of finished goods, we are only considering opening stock of finished goods, either it is fixed or it is variable.